My first view of the two of you was in 1979 on my second Continental tour, directed by Fred Human, and it was at the Doelen in Rotterdam. Yeah. And it was such an incredible experience. So when I think of you, I instantly think of that experience and how great it was and how special it was. How are you? It's so good to see you both.
Well, quite funny that you mentioned the Doelen. We got an email from the management of the Doelen that they would love to see us. So just this last Monday, so yesterday, we drove to the Doelen building, had a meeting with those guys, and there are only two guys left from the early days, and they expressed that they have had such an incredible experience as well with all the Continental concerts there.
Wow.
Because for 14 years in a row, we have been at the Doelen. The first one was 1970, and the last one was in 2010.
Oh my goodness.
And so they have even a very big poster of
from the beginning, from
the early days,
really
still hanging there somewhere in the office. So that was a great experience.
Part of the legacy. Well, let's talk about that a little bit. The first Continental visit was what, 69, right? Talk about that a little bit. Was it 69?
69, 70. Yeah, that's right. And well, it happened like that. I had a friend, and he had contact with Cam Floria about songs. So he was as well a teacher and as well a music director. So he dropped a note to Cam about the music because he liked the music. That was new, that was fresh. So Cam wrote back and said, well, if you are that interested in the music, what if I sent you a group to the Netherlands? Total panic. So that friend called me and I said, I have a problem. I said, what's your problem? The Continentals will come. And I said, who? And then we had the meeting and he explained a little bit. And then I got a record from the 60s and I should listen to that. And I said, well, it's different.
Now we said, mwah.
Okay. Anyway, I promised to organize the whole project. And then I thought, what if Continentals is something I have been looking for to bring the gospel in a total new way? So I organized that first tour in 1970 as a huge experiment. So we did a concert in a Catholic church, in a Protestant church, in a Baptist church, in a Pentecostal church, out on the beach. We had a TV recording.
Marketplace.
At the marketplace, in the Doelen, and the big camping. Yeah. And then we did the whole tour, and then we interviewed people, or if they like it, and the background, and then it turned out to be that at those days, 50% of the audience were non-Christians, and they loved it. Basically, that was the beginning, and it convinced me that Continental was a new way, and so it changed my life. Otherwise, I had proceeded in education or on the social side or political side.
Yeah. Now, I'm very honest to you. I was very critical about the whole thing.
She's always.
Now, America in that days, it was Vietnam, and we were against a lot of things. Dus for me personal, it was, oh no, something with Americans, is that a good idea? And I remember in the Doelen, the first year, 70, we were very nervous about it. It was a big event, and you bring something, you never saw it. We never saw it. We only listened to the record.
Wow.
And then I went to the Doelen, and I said to Leen, was there the whole day? I said, Leen, how is it? Is it okay? He said, yes, Ria, it is okay. And then I saw, of course, the first years, the clothes, the outfits were very good. They were good. And that was for me also. I was thinking, okay, they do well, and yeah, of course we met Ken and Nancy Wegener,
Ken and Nancy Wegener,
and yeah, that was for
Question,
us.
I couldn't remember who directed that tour, so it was
Ken
Ken and
Wegener,
Nancy.
Ken Wegener. Yeah, Ken and Nancy, and hoe heet het?
John Stankowski was on that tour as
Yeah.
a singer.
Yeah, it was 17 years. Yeah, yeah. Dus it was yeah, it was a real experience for us.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, we came very quick in a kind of roller coaster, and that was for us as couple. We were also married. I remember you both went on tour. You were married, and that was, of course, for us also a lot of people around, a lot of people in our home. I can tell you, that roller coaster. It's good that we were young. That now I was thinking we were really, it was crazy. It was a very strange time, but we survived.
What do you think? What did that start in Europe when the Continentals came and started to come each year? You know, we were talking this morning. What was the ripple effect of that?
Right.
Well, when I studied education, I did as well for my college all the artistic music and other projects. So I had already a number of years of experience, professional experience to organize events. And well, in those days, you went to a church and nobody knew how to organize anything.
Yeah.
So Ken and Nancy got back to Cam and said, wow, we have discovered a couple in the Netherlands and they are incredible organizers. So I got a note from Cam if I would be willing, and at the time, to set up then in 1971 the European tour. So I said, well, okay, let's try and see. What are your contacts? Where is it? And then he bought me tickets to fly from city to city. Now I think I should have done it by car. That was then much easier. But anyway, so I visit all those people, and it was a nightmare because you had to explain so much. Anyway, that was the beginning. I
also from very good contacts.
Yeah, some were good, but most was a disaster. So I made a whole list of things you have to do to make it a success. So that's the beginning of the manuals. Anyway, it was a success. And then in 72, two groups came, American groups, and so it kept growing. Till at the highlight, I believe we had 6 parallel traveling American tours throughout Europe. As well behind the Iron Curtain. I come back to that. That's an interesting story. And but anyway, we got as well requests from European kids. Why can't we join? And I know that the Americans did try to do auditions across Europe, but for most people it was too expensive or too long. 3 months tours. No way you can fit it here in the college, university system. So that never became a success. Only very few Europeans have been on those early tours. And then I thought, okay, let's see and incorporate, let's say, this American invention into European culture. So in 74, I started a Dutch group, Disciple, and step by step, I integrated all what Continentals is to check out, will this work in another culture with other language, all that stuff. So it took me 10 years to decode the American system and create a European system from which I knew that will work. And after those 10 years, then we launched the European Continentals. Yeah.
You started that in 85.
Yeah, They started the preparation 85, 86 was the first tour. And then that kept growing and growing and growing.
Honestly, still to this day, that is one of the greatest continental experiences we ever had.
Yeah.
We've had some amazing experiences. That was such a great group. 48 people from 14 different countries, and just
it was for us.
Yeah.
It was an experiment, but this was also an experience.
Because now we had to understand, if you have now an American director for European kids, will this work?
Yeah.
Because when you say to European, you have to do that. A European kid said no.
Yeah.
How will Americans react to that? And of course, you have Fetch for Tour, and all the kids got solid training at rehearsal camps, and we try to explain this is not democracy, a tour. It is an almost dictatorship. So you have to live with that. Otherwise, the group will fall apart. Anyway, that first was a very good experience for many. And then the next year, 2 European groups and so on. At the peak, that was, I believe, in 2012, we had 25 European tours on the road. So in different languages.
How was? Yeah, of course, we were a special couple, and I think we are so different. We are also different in our, hoe zeg je dat in ons
behavior.
In our behavior. How was the feeling from you when you met us?
Oh, we were instantly drawn to you. Totally at home, literally in your home. Summer in 86, you were traveling, I think. We stayed at your beautiful home and got acclimatized a little bit. And
negotiating the stairs was interesting.
Yeah, the stairs are so nice.
That's true.
No, we loved it.
You guys are the coolest people we'd ever met.
Yeah, when we grow up, we want to be like you.
Yeah.
Have you ever wished you could gift your life-changing continental experience to someone else? Well, you can. Your monthly giving can make a huge impact for our teams all over the world. Did you know that this year, we'll have more than 20 continental groups on the road, communicating in 7 different languages? The continental story goes on, so keep writing your part of it by being on our support team. And our groups will say, thank you, in 7 different languages.